Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations. Continuing on with my Ultimate ACF series, specifically going over the Action mini-series section. I do want to provide a brief reminder that everything within the full sample, and if you're in Ultimate, then everything in the integration samples, and then obviously anything in the plugins, do not alter, change, or anything of the sort. If there's something you want changed, make a child if you can make a child. Otherwise, make a duplicate, although I would not recommend making a duplicate, but instead copying the work in something new. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we are going to work on is the locomotion. There were some things that I've learned over the past couple of months, and excuse me one second. Need to clear my throat. There are a couple of things that I learned through my experiences working alongside Pask. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of that with you guys today. So, as many of you know, because this is what I went over with the first series, is this ACF base moveset and ACF template ABP. We are not going to be using these two. We're going to be using the simple, and Pask has graciously added the crouch to the simple. So we're not having to have two separate movesets just so that we can crouch. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. First thing you're going to want to do is create an animation blueprint. So we're going to right click, come down here to animate. Nope, not that animations, animation blueprint. We're going to choose our skeleton, which is obviously this. We're going to come down here to parent. I'm going to type in simple template right here. Hit create. And I'm going to name this ACF tutorial. Whoops. Master BP. Because my brain's not working all that clearly this morning, apparently. So here we are. So we can see the clear differences real quick before we continue on. And the regular template one, they're using Lyra, for those that don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to changing all of the animations, it can be difficult because these animations were made specifically for this kind of setup when it comes to an animation blueprint. Most animations that can be purchased on the marketplace may not do so well, which is why the simple one has been modified and is still in use today by a lot of people. So because of that, this is what we're going to use. As you can see right here, everything, oh, that's the moveset. Nothing is different from the templates, except who they're okay with using in the movesets, obviously. So next thing we want to do is that moveset. So again, make another animation blueprint. We want the Manny, and we're going to type in here simple again. But this time we want the ACF simple moveset. Hit create. ACF unarmed template ABP. So I misnamed this one. Now, for me, what I usually do in my projects is I do ABP, what it is, and then the project that it's in. But to keep my mind set how Pask does his projects, for stuff that I'm doing for him, I do this way to keep myself from forgetting. Ultimately, how you name is completely up to you. You just need to make sure it's consistent across everything. So this is terrible, but I'm not changing it right now. So back to the differences here of this. You have movement, so now you have a bunch of blend spaces. Whereas here, movement, you have the forwards, you have crouches, everything is in small little bits. This is very similar to how the motion matching is going to be, only motion matching is far superior, and that is something PASC is going to be looking into adding as a third option. So let's go ahead and continue on with this. We need to create a blend space. And there's nothing special about a blend space, but there are certain parameters that need to be set properly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this for everything here. I'm just going to be doing it for the movement and the idle. Swim, I'm just going to take from there because it's identical. Crouch is going to be just like movement, blend space, crouch, movement. Oh, crouch idle is going to be like idle, crouch, movement's going to be like movement. So I'm only going to show you these two and show you where to find swim. You can do these two on your own. So first thing we're going to do, right click. Actually, we're not going to do this in blueprints. Right click, new folder, animations. Right click, new folder, blend spaces. Sorry, this morning for some reason my throat decided it needed to not work properly. So the Manny here, we're going to type in here ACF underscore unarmed movement underscore BS for blend space, not what you immediately thought when I said BS. We're going to open her up. First thing we need to do is come over here to the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. So right now this is set to 0, 100, 0, 100. This actually needs to be negative 180, 180, 0, 1. So that's what we're going to do here. We want to have everything at 8 as far as get grid divisions. So negative 180, 180. Rotation. You can name these directions any way you want. It's just how I choose to do it. Snap to grid. Smoothing time I like to have, so that's at 0.2. Forward, 0 to 1. 8. Snap to grid. And 0.2. All right. Oh. Yeah, okay. Perfect. So now that we've got this blend space set up to work with ACF, I will quickly state why this is 0 to 1 instead of 100 or whatever. PASC has set up the animation blueprint to normalize your movement speed. So no matter what, it is 0 to 1 in the animation blueprint. So if it's 600, then 1 equals 600, 300 equals 0.5, 0, 0. So it keeps everything simplified and easier for us as the users to easily modify and change things and not have to worry about coming into the blueprint, the animation blueprint, to change things. All right. So now that we have that done, we need to add our blueprints here. Our animations here. Before we do that, though, we need to go into our the mannequin to which we're using so that we can tell that it's compatible. The animation locomotion pack I'm using is MC Core Motion Pack. I've tested using it once before. It's pretty good. Haven't had many issues with it. And it's what I'm going to use for those that are wanting to follow along exactly or are looking for an asset pack themselves. So the best thing about this is the fact that the skeleton is the exact same as the UE5 one. So we can just come here to retarget sources, add skeleton, UE5 Manny, hit save, And now these animations will work with ours. So we are going to come here. Oh, wait. I want the idle first. And I didn't know which one I wanted, so I just grabbed them all. So we're going to go with this idle for now. Just so you know, if you do not do that with the skeletons, if it's a compatible skeleton, it would not have allowed this animation to place. If it's not a compatible skeleton, then you have to do the old-fashioned retargeting, which there's plenty of videos on. So please make sure you follow along with those. So now I'm going to come here to Locomotion. I saw, you know what? Walk. Just, we got walk forward. Oh, look at that. So now we know that this is happening. It's currently not locked. And I did this intentionally. If you do this right here, and this is happening, you know, you're right here, down here at the bottom, you hold down Control, mouse forward, so that you're on top of this one. This green X right here signifies where on the animation it's doing its thing. Anyways, you can see that they're walking forward. We don't want that. We want them to stay in place, but we don't want in place animations. We want root motion. So let's open this up. As you can see, it's walking forward. To know if it has root motion data and that it will work with the root motion setups that Pask has created, we come here to Character, Bones, All Hierarchy. As you can see right here, there's this red line. That means root motion is tracking the data for us, and that's what we want. If it says root motion, but it doesn't have this red line and it's continuously in place, there's most likely no root data actually happening. Somebody simply made an in place and did the step to make it root motion in animations without actually having it walking forward. So we want to click Enable Root Motion. We're going to want to do that for all of these animations. Unfortunately, we can't just select all of them, right click and go to Assets, and then, oh, there's an Edit Property Matrix. I don't remember that being there. So let's select all of them, right click. It's here, Assets, Edit Selection and Property Matrix. So we know that it is in root motion. We're going to come here, root motion, check mark that, hit save. Huzzah. They now all have root motion. So if I open up this one, root motion is enabled because it's not walking to the right. We're good to go. So next thing to do, we did walk forward. Now forward left. Okay. Forward right. Let's see, there's left. Left. Right. Backward left. Backward right. And then we're backward. Backward goes on both sides here. So now, if we hold down Control, as you can see, he turns around. Well, you don't actually see the turning around, but you can tell by the foot placement that he's walking in a circle while standing forward. So we know that this is set up correctly. So now that we have walk done, let's do jog. Yeah, this one, I don't know why that one's there, so I ignore that one. I look for FWD. Place that right here. So now, interesting. Oh, because I did everything that was walk. These are now jog. Right click. Asset actions. Property matrix. Hit save. There we go. Perfect. So jog forward. Now forward left. Forward right. Left. Right. Backward left. Backward right. And then we want backward and backward. So now we have the jog set up. Huzzah. Perfect. So lastly, we'll go with run. Does he have sprint as well, or is it just run? Okay, just making sure name convention is not the same throughout. So as you can see here, we have run and run fast. So run, okay, looks like this. Run sprint, looks like this. And this is the one I want. So run fast. Perfect. We now have everything set up correctly. And we're going to hit save. I'm going to hit this glass with the folder here to come back to this movement set. I'm going to close it because I no longer need it. And now I'm going to move this unarmed movement right there. Now for the idle blend space. So for that, we're going to right click, go down here to animations, legacy, blend space 1D. It's going to be this mannequin, ACF, unarmed idle, ES1D. We're going to open it up. So before we decide how we're going to number this, we need to come down here to the animations. I have turn here. So we have 45, 90, 180, 45, 90, 180. So we know we can go all the way to 180. So we are going to come here to the horizontal axis, rotation. We're going to make this 180, well, negative 180, and then 180. So if you really want the 45, then we need this to be 6. Yes. And we'll go ahead and do it for fun of it. So turn left 45, right there. Oh, it's confused because it needs the idle. 1 second. There we go. As you can see, looks a little interesting, I know, but it's fine. We may need it on this side. Let's click it, put it over here. Let's find out. Oh, I don't have it snapping. Snap to grid. There we go. Okay, so yeah, no matter what, it looks ridiculous. I just never noticed it before. There we go. So let's go back to the turns here. We just did a 45, I believe. Yes, right here. Turn left 45. So now we want a turn left 90. Place that right here. And then a turn left 180. And then we want turn right 45. Turn right 90. turn right 180. All right, so we now have everything set up. Look at that. Awesome. Perfect. Let's go ahead and hit save. Again, I'm going to hit this glass so I come straight back to this. Here to idle. And perfect. Now for the swim. I'm going to come here to this folder with the spyglass. Let's get that one. Close that. Come back here. Swim right here. And now we have that working. So the next thing we want to do, so that we can see it working in action, is we need to come here to the tutorial master here that I have, that I named tutorial master. Open this up, move set layers, down arrow, move set. We want this unarmed move set that, no, not this one. This unarmed one right here. Spyglass again to get to it. ACF unarmed template ABP is now in here. Remember, name these how you want. This part is important. Tag name. The tag name is moveset. This has to match. And by this, I mean the word moveset. It can, as you make more, you can have moveset.sword, moveset.axe. But the core, the main step right here in this needs to match in the project settings. Ascent combat, no, not the ascent combat one. Where is it? Action system. There we go. Moveset actions root tag. The root tag has to be the same as this in order to understand it. So if you want to change this, that's fine. Make sure you change it here too. And now that we have that set up, compile, save, come here, hit the spyglass again so that we can make sure we have it selected. Now come to your player character, and so you can either select this main one here, class default, or the mesh itself, so that you can see the anim class. Hit this arrow right here next to it. Now you can see that it's been changed. Compile, save. And now, well, something Pasca's working on. The new animations are working. So, in order to see what you're wanting to see, what we need to do, to escape real quick. Oh, wait, 1 second. 1 second. Something I forgot to do. Shame on me. Right now, it's using the default. Let's come right here. For now, we will use ACF game mode BP. And we want our player here. Is that right there? To play. Why not? I'll revert that later. The controller. 1 second. Okay, we're going to go ahead and you need to find the ultimate one. So I came here to it. It's in integrations. And this is one of the times I'm going to duplicate. So copy here. Once it copies, I'm just going to add my to it so that I don't get them swapped out. The reason I'm doing this is, as I said, you don't want to change what's in integrations. So, don't want to do that to Pask. So now I'm going to place that one right here. Looks identical. That's fine. Now I can place my player right here. Now it's important to note that whatever you change right here is going to change in the project settings. So whatever you change right here is also going to change this, as you can see. So you want to make sure that it's duplicated. Let's hit play. Ah, that's right. One other thing has to be checked in the animations. I forget about it when it comes to the locomotion stuff because it's not needed for everything. So we're going to come here, go to locomotion. I'm going to select them all so I don't have to worry about doing it with the crouch. Right click again. Asset actions. Edit selection and property matrix. Go back to root motion. Force root lock. Save. There we go. Awesome. So to quickly see the whole thing in action, we're going to come here, back to the player character, override. We're going to type the word strafe so we can get should strafe. Going to remove that. Right now it's forward facing. Let's change that to strafing. Compile, save. Let me lower that so we can see the feet. There we go. Looks nice, doesn't it? Perfect. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you get your crouching set up. In the next episode, we will create a crouching animation to crouch in and crouch out. That way we can properly do the crouching that we need. And we will go over any possible issues that you may need to work out with your crouch animations. Thank you guys again for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're able to and willing and would like to donate, you can always buy me a coffee or join my Patreon. Have a great day.